Hi, here we are at gardenville.tv and we're the beginning of May and I'm after buying myself blueberries, a blueberry bush I mean. Now, to say that blueberries are very much part of one's diet, should be a part of one's diet, they are really extremely good for you.
Well, it's another one of these things they're calling superfoods.
Well, they
But
are.
then
Now,
any highly coloured fruit and veg is good for you.
it is, yeah, absolutely. But I do take some of these with my porridge in the morning and that's why I want to grow them.
Okay.
I don't want to have to buy them. So,
Okay.
I have my plants, Susan. Actually, I've bought 2 plants just to let you see the size of these guys.
Right, okay.
So, I mean, I presume out of 2 of those we should get
You should
quite
get a reasonable
yeah.
amount of blueberries, and you can always freeze any
Now,
excess.
you're telling me to do this, the soil is very important.
Blueberries, Vaccinium, they like neutral to acid soil.
Okay.
Or even acid to very acid. So I've no idea what's here.
Right, so what are we doing?
I've got a pH meter here which will tell me the alkalinity or acidity of the soil.
Isn't that amazing that can pick that up so quick?
It is. Well, we're going to put it in here. Now, if the camera can see it there.
Get it right in, like.
Get it in. And you have to leave it sit for a while, and then we can see what it, if it isn't sufficiently acid. We'll see what it says, but you might need to end up putting them in a big pot with a ericaceous compost or something.
And do a lot of people grow these in pots?
It is a way of growing them if your soil isn't right. I mean, the other thing would be digging out a portion and getting acid soil or something like that.
Yes,
making
okay.
a raised bed for
This
them
could
with
be an
acid soil.
ideal plant then to have on your balcony.
Yes, if you've got
if you
sunny,
like
or even if
blueberries.
it's got half sun, you could grow
Yeah,
one.
you could grow one on your balcony,
Yeah.
which would be nice, wouldn't
Because
it?
they grow to about 4 feet. That's about 2 feet now, so they'll grow to about
so
that
they're
sort
big, okay.
Of. Oh, they're quite a big
Oh,
bush
right,
when they're
okay.
growing, yeah.
And do they spread out quite wide?
Well, they are going to spread out into quite a, yeah.
So we'll be able to fit 2 here, one side by side.
We'll fit 2 here if we do them on
Right,
extreme.
okay. So how's our alkaline and
How are we doing?
pH?
Well, we're bang on neutral, 7.
I'm not surprised. This is me.
So you can see here, if it goes, I don't know whether you can get in there, if it goes right up into the green, it's very alkaline, a lot of lime, and right back down here, it's very acidic. So we're actually fractionally on the acidic side of neutral.
So that suits us.
I think we'll try. I mean,
Let's
you
not.
can but try.
Absolutely.
And I have
Because
to say,
you know what, if you're planting in the garden, the thought of having to go off and get a bag of stuff and I'm not organised and it's time. So will we give it a bash?
let's give it a bash. I know
Okay.
my brother has them in North County Dublin and they're doing very well.
do you know what? I'm
And
still
by
eating
rights-
some of his.
Really?
His wife gave us some punnets when we were out filming one day and she had frozen them. And she had
Yeah.
them all winter. Her freezer was absolutely packed with them and she gave us some. Delicious.
They're something else compared to what you buy, aren't they?
Oh, I mean, they are absolutely delicious. So let's
very
see these guys. Do they need anything now? Just
Well, you
bar.
have soaked them well. You've learned
Yeah.
from my.
So they're well soaked. And how deep do we need to go with this?
Only up to wherever they were in the pot beforehand. You never go
Okay.
any deeper.
Right.
And
oh,
these-
look, I see a bit of compost or something
Oh
down
yes,
here.
there's.
Maybe I'll bring that up, will I?
Yeah, do that. I'll
Yeah.
just tease out the roots a little here. Okay, that should do the trick. There we are.
I'm delighted to get
blueberry.
these in. Now, will they need regular watering?
Yes.
And
Anything you put in the first year is definitely going to need regular watering.
so blueberries are sort of a yearly thing. So they'll be here next year.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay.
And they're here, they say swamp blueberry, so in other words, I would keep it quite wet.
Oh, because the name swamp.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? And 2 blueberry bushes here beside each other now will be no problem.
Will be no problem. I mean, we're planting them quite close together, but that will do fine. You've a limited amount of space, so let's be...
Yeah. Well,
And you can always-
most people have a limited, so
Yeah.
this is really showing you what you can do.
And
Now again, it's a bit of stuff down at the bottom.
you can always feed them. I would feed them then with sequestered iron, which is
Now what is that?
That is something which is used as a feed for ericaceous plants, those who like an acid soil.
Okay.
And it slightly
So I'll
suppresses
have
the
to,
lime.
what do you call that feed again?
Sequestered iron.
Okay. Now Susan, again you're opening up the
I'm just
roots
giving the
there.
roots, it's quite sort of pot bound, so I'm giving the roots a bit of a wrench around here just to let
help them expand here into the...
Yeah.
And of course you don't want this too...
No, and it's
You want
it's
it
quite
rough
loose
enough
soil,
around
so
the edges so that the
the roots can get out, but it's
I'm
quite
telling you, I'm certainly learning here. Now, so...
It's quite a loose soil, this, so that's fine.
Yeah. So the main thing then when you're next in your garden centre, you need to get your feed for these. And I presume on the pack then it'll tell you how often you need to feed them.
Yeah, I mean, with that, a couple of times in the summer would be fine.
Am I happy to have blueberry bushes in?
Well,
And you know, if you're on the apartment, you know, you're in an apartment and it's quite an attractive bush. Like it's not.
yeah, and you get good autumn colour from it.
Do you, Susan?
Yeah.
So it is. And then you get your blueberries
Your
from it as well.
blueberries
So
from
it's
it
a
as well.
nice bush to have.
Yeah. So let's see what happens here.
Let's see what happens here.